Attention parents. All of the videos on How To Kids are kid-friendly, but direct adult supervision is required for all of them. We do not knowingly collect, use, or disclose personal information from children under age 13. If you are under age 13, you must ask your parent or guardian for permission to watch this video or any video on How To Kids. Parents, by allowing your child to watch this video, you are consenting to usage information being disclosed for advertising purposes, which is integral to the operation of this channel. If you do not consent, please stop watching the video now. Thank you and enjoy How To Kids.
Hey guys, welcome back to
How To Kids.
Today we're going to show you how to make a duct tape wallet. Yeah. So you want to show it to them? Why don't you hold it open? So you've got a spot for your ID, you've got pockets for more cards or for money, and then your cash and more money can go in the pocket there. So that one we made blue and red, but today you're going with
Light green and light orange.
Yeah, I like it. So you can use whatever duct tape you want. We just happen to have a whole bunch of different colors and different designs and stuff on our duct tape. So the things that you're going to need today are obviously your duct tape, some scissors, and I recommend having some scissors that you don't mind if they get a little bit of stickiness on them or a little bit of glue. It does come off pretty well, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but don't use like nice fabric scissors or something like that. You also are going to need a ruler. You could have a tape measure. We literally have one that isn't totally complete, but we work it out, make do. A marker, and we are using a sheet protector for the little window for the ID card slot. Yep, the pocket there. So once again, because we have it around the house, trying to give you ideas of things that maybe you have just lying around rather than having to go buy an actual ID card pocket from the store. So the first thing that we need to make is a 7-inch by 9-inch rectangle. Okay, so there are a couple of ways you can do this. If you really want to buy it and make it super easy, you can buy these sheets of duct tape. Once again, we're showing without doing the sheets of duct tape, but that is one way to do it. So you can buy these sheets and stick them together, and you can just cut to 7 inches by 9 inches. But we're going to show you how to do it just with typical duct tape because we feel like most people have this around their house. So what we do to create the 7 inches by 9 inches is we're going to start out first by making 9-inch strips of the duct tape. So set it down at the end of your measuring tape or ruler and then just stretch it a little bit longer than 9 inches so that we have a little bit of extra, so that if we need to line it up and make it nice and straight, we can do that. So I do it maybe at about 9 1/4 or so. Okay, and you're gonna take that 9-inch strip and lay it down with the sticky side up. Okay, now we're gonna take another one. We're going to need 5 strips 9 inches long. Okay, so 5 strips 9 inches long. So now I can just measure next to the one I already created, set it there.
Cut it right where that one
Kind of whatever that one is, huh? What you're going to do, once again, you've got the first piece laying down, sticky side up. Take the second piece and you're going to overlap it by about 1/4 inch. Once again with the sticky side up. Overlap by about 1/4 inch, so just kind of place it up above it like this. And set it down. Try not to get any wrinkles in it. I then like to take like a marker and just kind of scrape along it like that so that it gets stuck down nice and flat. So now that we've got our 5 pieces, you can kind of just make sure that it's actually 7 inches. Perfect. I'm at about 8 inches actually, so that'll give me plenty of room to work with and to be able to cut it down to the right size. Okay, so we're going to set that first one off to the side. And if you're using the same color, you just make that exact same thing again. But if you want to mix it up, have a couple of different colors and you have those on hand, we're going to go with green, huh? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take our other color, do the exact same thing. 9-inch lengths, 5 of them so that we can have a 9x7. Once again, going a little bit over 9 inches so you have a little bit of extra so you can cut it off and make it nice and straight. So now you've got your 2 pieces sticky side up. Each of them, we made ours just a little bit over 9 and about 8 inches. Once we've put all 5 pieces on there. And now what you're going to do, this is a little bit tricky just because it is so sticky. You're gonna flip one of them over and we're gonna lay it on the other one.
Like dark green right there.
Yeah, that is cool. So what I've found to be the easiest way is to go to the top and try to line that edge, those 2 edges up, right? And then kind of stick that and then work your way down, kind of press it down from the top down. So, let's see if we can get it to go on the first try here. You're gonna hold the bottom, that's perfect, bud, thank you. That is a great idea. Okay, so we're gonna stick the 2 sticky sides together. Line them up as well as you can. Don't have to be perfect necessarily because we can cut off the excess. But we just want to make sure there aren't any bubbles or any creases in it.
It's going off really bad.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we've got enough to work with. Okay, so there we go. So you stick those 2 together. That's bright, huh? That looks so awesome. So now you've got your 2 sides stuck together. Now what you need to do is cut it down to the correct size. So we're gonna cut down to 9 inches wide by 7 inches tall. Is I'm first going to cut one side just so we don't have any sticky part on there. Just gonna cut just a tiny bit of it just so that it's nice and straight. We don't have any extra sticky.
Oh, we can see that line after. It's gonna probably be really bright.
And then, yeah, that looks much better. And then we're gonna measure from that edge that we just cut, 9 inches over, and we're gonna make some marks. And then you're just gonna cut off that excess along that 9-inch line that you just created. So you've cut that to 9 inches, now we're gonna cut it to 7 inches. So there we've got our 9-inch by 7-inch rectangle.
That's a straight line.
Yep. So what we're gonna do is whichever color you want the most of showing is the color that you're gonna keep on the outside. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold it, the 7-inch part, you're gonna fold up in half, okay? And you're just gonna fold it right in half. Just like that.
There's a little bump in the middle.
Yeah, put a nice crease in there. Make sure it's as lined up as well as you possibly can. So once you fold it in half, you need to put some tape along the edges to hold it together. So what we like to do to seal off the edges is hold it up so you kind of get the measurement that you need. Go a little bit longer than what you actually need and then just cut it there. Do you want to cut this one, bud?
Yeah.
Okay, so just cut right next to where my finger and thumb are. Yep, just right there, that's perfect.
You're gonna cut your fingers.
It's gonna be okay, you got it. Perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take some strips out of this to use to seal off the edges. Make sure it holds together really well. We're gonna cut it right in half lengthwise. Okay, keep holding it. So we hold it tight so that because otherwise it sticks to the scissors really bad. Okay, perfect. There we go. You wanna hold on to that piece. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that strip that we just made, we'll line it up right along the bottom of the wallet. Half on the front, half on the back, stick it down, make sure it's all lined up nicely.
I can't believe that we can actually make a wallet out of duct tape.
Yep. And then we're just gonna fold it over to seal off that end there. Okay? And we've got a little bit of excess duct tape there, so we'll cut it off right along the top there. All right? So we've got one side sealed up. Now we're gonna seal up the other side with the other half. All right, now you should be able to kind of unstick those where you cut it off, the extra. There we go. There we go.
Starting to become a wallet.
It's starting to look like a wallet, huh? All right, perfect. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half the way that you want it folded when it's actually being used as a wallet. So we'll fold it in half just like that, just so that there's a nice center line so that when you're doing the pockets and everything, you're able to keep them all centered and located in the right spot. Okay? So once you've put a nice crease there, open it back up.
Like this,
Yep.
we're going to put green around that.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's what we're gonna use. So we'll have that for the window. Like I said, what we use for the window is just a plastic sheet protector because we have a whole bunch of them. The size for this is 2 3/8 inches by 3 5/8 inches. So 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. Okay,
Cool.
that's to make sure that it will work for most ID cards, driver's licenses, all of that kind of thing. So what we need to do is we're gonna have to measure out those sizes. So get your measuring tape or your ruler out and you just measure. So now we just cut out our little plastic sheet there. There we go. All right, the nice thing is that makes 2 of them if you're using a sheet protector. So you've got 2, you can make 2 different wallets, have those all ready to go for you. You're gonna take that little window, that little plastic sheet that you just made, and you're gonna put it on the left-hand side, at least that's the side that we do it on. Put it on the left-hand side there, and you just center it, kind of center it left to right in that space, but we like to put it kind of maybe about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom of the wallet. Okay, so maybe about 1/4 of an inch above the bottom of the wallet is how high we go up, just so there's enough space to put some tape around it. Okay, and now we are going to get some pieces of tape. So I just like to hold it above it, kind of get an eye of about where we want it. Okay, once again, always giving a little bit of extra just so that you have some room to work with. So put it right there.
Don't cut your finger.
And I'll do my best.
Oh, you're going to cut your finger.
Okay, this time we're gonna cut about 4 lengths. So you just can kind of, if you want to make some marks to see what 1/4 of the width of it is, you can. We just kind of eyeball it because it doesn't have to be perfect.
Eyeball it?
Once again, yeah, just kind of take a look at it, make sure it's good. So once again, stick it on the edge of the table. Have your little guy or little girl there to help hold it. I'll hold it here, and how about you tape it down, all right? So you're gonna tape it right along that edge right there. So we do the sides first, and you have it go down below the plastic a little bit. Perfect. Do the sides first and then the bottom of it, because then the bottom piece kind of holds the sides in place. What I like to do is the top part, just so that your card will actually be able to fit in there, so this is an important step. Pull it up and cut the extra off the top so that it lines up right about with the top of the plastic. So then that way your card will actually fit in there. Okay, let's cut another strip off of that. How about we just hold it up here this time? Okay, there we go. Let's put that strip over on this side.
And then you gotta cut some of it off.
Yep.
We need the next one longer.
The next one is long. You're right. You're right, bud. We do need it longer. Okay, so you set that one on there. Once again, before I stick it down, I like to just cut it right about where the plastic is. So then that way, the card will actually fit in there.
We need a longer one now.
Yep, we do need a longer one. So let's save that one because we'll use it on the other side. Okay? We try to use as much of the excess as possible so that you don't have a bunch left over. Okay? All right, now we need a piece that will go along the bottom. So once again, just kind of eyeball about where it needs to be. There's our piece that's going to go along the bottom.
It might cover your card a little like this one. See, it covered the bottom a little.
Yep, that's okay, huh?
You just need to see your face. And that's my face. I'm just kidding.
Alrighty. So, there we've got the little pocket in place for your ID card. So, perfect. You just want to kind of go around the edges, make sure it's stuck down nice and tight so that it doesn't pull the pocket off when you try to put a card inside. Let's just make sure that the card actually fits in there. Sure enough, it goes in.
Yay!
Yeah, it works. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna go to the other side and put the pockets on. To make the pockets, what you're going to want to do, it depends on how many pockets you can do. You can fit up to 4 pockets on this. We did 3 pockets for this one, and that made it so that the pockets were about the same height as the window and the pocket on the other side over here.
I'm gonna do 4 so I can fit more stuff.
So we're gonna do 4 pockets, so we actually need to we're gonna make it 16 inches just so we have a little bit of extra to work with on the ends. And so we're gonna make it 16 inches long to be able to make 4 pockets. Once again, if you're just gonna do 3 pockets, you will only need 12 inches worth of length. So since we only have a 12-inch ruler, we're just gonna have to eyeball about where we're at. So we're 12 there, then we'll move this over and add 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're gonna cut it right along there.
That's long.
Okay, so you'll cut 1 piece first, the length to make the pocket. So we're doing it 16 inches. We're gonna set that aside. Okay, and then we're gonna make another one at 16 inches. So you need 2 pieces at either 12 inches if you're doing 3 pockets, or 16 inches if you're gonna make 4 pockets. We've got the 2 pieces. We're gonna cut off 1/4 inch all the way the whole length on one of them. Okay, and this can be a little bit tricky. So we're actually going to put some marks every so often just so that it's easy for us to keep it as straight as possible along here. Okay, that is certainly the trickiest part, and your edge may not be perfect, and that's totally fine, okay? And so what we're going to do, because that part's gonna be covered up, so you wanna make sure on this next part that you're going to cover up the part that you just cut, because otherwise it's not gonna look very good, okay? So you're gonna take your other 16-inch or 12-inch, depending on how many pieces or how many pockets you're doing, and you're gonna line the edge up, the straight edge, along the other piece.
Are you gonna have to make more of those things?
Nope, that's all.
Oh. For the whole entire wallet?
Yeah.
What?
So you're gonna line those up, just like that, and flatten it
They
down.
don't have to be perfect
Set it
though.
right down just like that.
They're not
Okay.
supposed to be perfect.
So you've got those two pieces and you've got the excess there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna flip this over onto the other one. Okay, and try to keep it as straight as possible. All right, so what we're gonna do first is just cut off the little bit extra. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut our 4 pockets at the length of 3 3/4 inches. So we cut out all 4 of our pockets, and so now we need to put them on the right hand side of the wallet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our wallet here, and we want to space them kind of stacked on top of each other with the top pocket on the bottom, and then each about 1/4 inch lower than the previous one. And what we're gonna do is that part where we folded over onto the bottom piece of tape. So we've got the little crease here, we've got the line. We want that to be on the bottom so it's not showing in the wallet. So we're gonna put those on the bottom, top one on the top there, and the very lowest, it's underneath. Put the next one just above it, 1/4 inch lower. Next pocket, 1/4 inch lower than that on top. And then the final pocket just like that. So we just wanna kind of get the spacing so that it looks about like that. Okay, so stacked on top of each other, and now we're gonna set them kind of where they're going to be placed on this right-hand pocket, or on this right-hand side of the wallet. We wanna kind of place it on there, about 1/4 inch from the bottom of the wallet, and 1/4 inch from the center line and the right-hand side of the wallet, okay? So 1/4 inch all the way around, just kind of position it there. And we're not securing it in that spot quite yet. We're just kind of getting the right positioning of it so that then we can put them in place. What we found is if you just put the tape like we did on the other side, just on the sides and on the bottom, then with the pockets, the card will fall all the way down to the bottom. So to avoid that, we kind of have to tape each of them in place first. Okay, so once you've kind of positioned them where it's a good spot, about 1/4 inch from each side, you're gonna take off the 3 top pockets out of the way so that we can secure the very top pocket here in place. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our tape here. You may have some excess from some of the things that we've done before, and you can just use that. But we want pieces that are about the length of the pocket. We'll cut that. Ooh, nice mustache. Okay, and we're gonna cut this into 3 pieces to secure these pockets in place. Once you've cut those into 3 long kind of strips, you're going to stick just on the bottom of the pocket. Okay, you can cut off the extra just so that it's about the same size as the pocket there. Tape that down. Now you're gonna take the next pocket and make sure this little line is not seen, but you wanna make sure that this folded all over part is on the top so that the card can slide in nice and easily. Put it about 1/4 inch below the pocket you just secured in place. Okay, after we've put those 3 pockets in place, the 4th one, or the last one, which if you decide to do 3, you're gonna set it there, but you don't actually have to do the bottom quite yet. So we're gonna do the sides first and then the bottom, so we don't need extra tape there. So now we're going to take a piece that is the height of the pockets. Okay, so just kind of put it above it, so you kind of see about high. I do a little bit extra again, just in case. You want to cut across there, bud?
Right here?
Yep, perfect. Oh, yep, open back up if it's not going.
You can see.
There you go, good job. Okay, is that about the right? Yeah, that's perfect. Good job. All right, now we want to cut it so it's about 1/4 of an inch right there. Now hold on to that side. Good job. Perfect. Okay, so we'll take that, put it on one of the sides. Make sure you don't go above the pockets because otherwise it makes it a little bit harder for the cards to go in, and also that you don't go onto the pockets too far. Once again, makes it a little bit too hard for the cards to slide down in there if there's not enough space there for them. Okay, once you've got that side down, get a piece for the other side. Final piece of tape you're going to need is just a little 1/4 inch piece all the way along the bottom. It's going to go the length of the pockets. So there's your duct tape wallet. You got your pockets, you got your ID slot, you got your place for your money. If you decided to go with the 3 pockets, as you notice here, there's quite a bit of extra space up here. So if you wanted to cut off about half of that blue spot, right, that blue space right there, that would still allow you enough room to be able to fit your money in there and get everything in. You just want to maybe put a card in there, make sure it'll still fit in and not stick out from the top of the wallet. And so that's the only thing to look for. But if you want a little bit narrower, because it does tend to be a little bit large, but it's a lot of fun. It's a fun thing to build. Takes us usually about 45 minutes or an hour to make it, so it's a little bit on the longer end. Glad you're able to join us today for these duct tape wallets. Be sure to like and subscribe so you see our other how-to videos. We like to post every Tuesday and Thursday, and we're always looking for ideas. So if you want to comment below on other ideas of things you would love to see a how-to video on, we would love to try to accommodate as best we can. So.
Thanks for watching How To Kids. See ya!